and I'm just here to answer all your questions. Okay, let's see if anyone's available or not. Okay, I think it's taking a bit of time. There is only one person who's watching so far, so I think people will be coming on pretty soon. Mm, yeah. Okay, I'll just tell you guys what I'm reading right now, and I'm reading one fiction and one non-fiction. And this non-fiction I've been reading for the past 2 weeks. It is "You Can Heal Your Life" by Louise Hay. I can say that I'm liking this book very much because it is super positive. Okay, it is extremely super positive in its tone, but there are some things which I don't accept with that the author talks about also. And this is also another book which you have to go in with like a very open mind and be ready to receive all the things that the author is trying to tell you. So there's that. In that way, it is good. So I'll probably finish it in like one more sitting because I just have this much of the book left. It's like hardly 30 pages, so it will not take more than an hour. The next one is Gone Tomorrow by Lee Child. I've been having this on my shelf for nearly a year now because I got it for free for one of my videos, and I know that Lee Child is a very famous thriller author, and I've not made that much progress with this book so far. I've not even finished half of it, and I've been reading this one also for almost 2 weeks now, I can say, and it is good, but I'm not gravitating much towards it. Let's wait and see. People have started coming in, so if you have any questions, just start asking us, just like usual, and we'll keep talking. Okay. Vishwanathan is here, and is there anyone else? I think as usual people will be coming in late. That is, I'll be getting the messages in late because of the latency. So yeah, these are the two books which I'm currently reading, and I finished two books very recently. I finished reading King of Scars 2 days back, and I'm about to start reading Rule of Fools on Monday. So there is that as a big news because I've been wanting to read Rule of Fools for over 6 months now, or yeah, ever since it was released, I've been wanting to read it, and it was very lately available for us here. So yeah, next week is going to be Rule of Fools week for me. And apart from that, I also finished another book which is Melvina's Therapy. It is a webtoon, so if you are using the webtoon app, just go forward and try that. It is a psychological horror, and I can say it is really good because it had such a great effect in my mind because I was enjoying it the whole time, and it's also pretty long. I think it runs for like more than 900 pages, so you'll need to spend a chunk of time with it, but it'll be really good. Yeah, Divya Tejas Venkatesh is here. Hi, bro. Hi. Hi, Divya Tejas. Vishwanathan is saying hello. Hello, Vishwanathan. Okay, there are very few people today in the chat. I don't know why. I think people will be joining as usual. It'll take a little bit of time, it seems. So, what have you guys been reading? You can tell that also to me so that I can see whether I've read it or not. Vishwanathan is asking, how's it going with March? March has been good in terms of reading because I've been reading very hefty, chunky books, and most of them have been going really good also. But in other sense, I can say that it's not going that great. It's not bad also, but it is not like very comfortable as it was in February or something. But yeah, it's not that great, but it's going okay. And I'm sure that it'll get better because it's summer, right? We are going to get to a nice peak of summer in just a few more weeks, and I usually function more properly during summer. I don't know why. So that's that. And health-wise, I've not been that great, but it's okay. I think I'll manage, and I'm planning to take a little bit of a break in April because I know in terms of reading alone, I'm saying I'm not saying in terms of videos. You will be getting usual videos just as I usually post them and publish them here. But in terms of reading, I'm like planning to take a break because I'm feeling like I'm going to burn out if I keep on reading in the same pace that I am, because the first 3 months of the year have been really great, and I've been like going on and reading like a machine. So I don't want to, how to say, jinx my reading by myself doing anything stupid. So that's that. Divya Tejesh Venkatesh asks, Bro, how was the inheritance cycle? Inheritance cycle was really good. Okay, I actually have a review that I filmed and kept, and I've not edited it yet, but it will be coming pretty soon. Within the end of the month, that is end of March, you'll be definitely getting a review for the entire series as a whole. I can say that I liked the inheritance cycle, but it was not as, how to say, good as I expected it to be. At the same time, it was not as bad as most people say it is, because I felt like it is like, how to say, very insanely inspired by the Lord of the Rings. I can say that it almost feel like a fan fiction that is written by an author for the Lord of the Rings, but it has its own things also. So as a whole, it was nice, but I'd not suggest it for anyone who's like read many fantasy series or even a little number of fantasy series like me, because I cannot say that I got anything very new out of it, but it was quite a good experience. I liked the Dragon Lord more than anything, because that's the only reason I went into reading that series itself, the dragons. So in that terms, it was really good. Jayashree has asked, how many days you will take to complete a book? It usually takes around 1 week to 10 days, and it completely depends upon the book that I'm reading also. I remember properly, I started reading Malibu Rising last weekend. I think I started it on the Friday, and I ended it by Saturday or Sunday night itself. So it just completely depends on the book. If the book is really good, I'll be able to finish it in like on a single day itself. And it can be, how to say, it can be just a small book like this one. It is not even 300 pages long, but I've been reading it for 2 weeks since it's non-fiction, because I have to spend a lot more time with non-fiction, because only then I'll be able to remember stuff. Other than that, it totally depends upon the book, and mostly I like to read bigger books than shorter books. So I can say it's around 1 week to 10 days in normal. So there's no crowd at all today. I don't know why. I think everyone's busy with something else. I posted it here as well as on Instagram that I'm going to go live today. I don't know why people aren't here. It's a bit disappointing, I must say. Okay, because I had to do a lot of preparation in order to like set this thing up itself, and I hope people will come. Let's just wait and see. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, bro, any plans on reading Rick Riordan books? Uh, Actually, today while I was like going through Instagram, I was continuously getting pictures of Percy Jackson series. I don't know whether I want to read it or not, but it seems like how to say, the internet is planning against me in order to make me read it. I don't know, because I have a lot of books already, and I've purchased like 2 to 3 more extra series, and they are also waiting as such as a whole to be read on my shelf. I don't know whether I'll be reading Rick Riordan books, but many of you guys want me to. Let's wait and see if it's going to happen ever or not. Okay, Nakshatra is here. Yuri, hi. Nakshatra says, I have come after so long. I missed you. Thank you. I hope you watched all the previous videos so that you didn't, how to say, you didn't miss me much. Or if you haven't, please do go forward and try them, because I'm trying to give as much variety as I can here, and it's not been that easy, but I'm trying my level best. Just watch them and get back to me how you feel about them in the comments, so that we can talk as usual. Vishwanathan asks, any new finds, books, series, or movies? Series. In terms of series, I and my brother have been watching Parks and Recreation. I should say that that series sucked the balls in the first season, but after first season, it started getting better. But now it is like super good, and I can say that I love all the characters in that, and the way in which they are like taking forward the series, and the amount of perseverance that the characters have in that one. That's the thing which just gets me so attached to them, because I like that kind of characters and that kind of people so much. And yeah, as of now, Parks and Recreation is a find. And the main reason why I'm watching Parks and Recreation now is also because of one book, which is Radio Silence. I read it in January, and I've raved about it many times in the channel already. So yeah, it's because of that, and I'm sure I'm going to read it more. And I'm also very much awaiting to see how Heartstopper comes on Netflix. I watched the teaser. It was like perfect. Okay, it was just like the graphic novels itself. So yeah, that's one thing which I'm waiting for. And Parks and Recreation is the thing which I'm watching right now. And I and my brother also we are marathoning all the Marvel movies and series in the how to say, not chronological order, in the timeline order that they happen inside the Marvel universe. So that's that. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, I read Percy Jackson series. It was average, but the series he like Heroes of Olympus and King Chronicles by Riordan are good. Okay, can we read Heroes of Olympus as well as what's they called? the Kane Chronicles without reading Percy Jackson, please do let me know, because I've heard that in order to read any other Rick Riordan series, you should read Percy Jackson, and I don't know whether I'm ready to commit myself to reading a 5 book long series or not. I know that the Kane Chronicles is just three, yeah, 3 books long. It's a trilogy, if I'm not wrong. So just tell me if I can read it as such. That is like a standalone series without including any other thing, like a prequel, sequel, anything like that. Guys, seriously, there's no crowd at all today. I don't know what I did, and it's the same time that I do the live and same time of the month also. So yeah, we are getting comments again. Vishwanathan is asking, how's it going with the book club you mentioned earlier? The thing with the book club is going great. Okay, we've done only 2 discussions so far, and not everyone has been able to take part in the discussion on the past 2 months. So we have not published anything so far. I'm not sure if it will be happening this month also, but as of now, I'm currently listening to the audiobook that we've selected for March, and for April, we are going to try and divert away from something else than science fiction and fantasy, and we are planning to read a thriller, but it's not finalized yet. If it gets finalized, I'll probably try to include it in my TVR and let you guys know. Divya Tejas Venkatesh again asks, King Chronicles is 3 books long and it can be read as standalone. That's great. Okay, I'll try to read the King Chronicles then, because I know that it's just 3 books long. And just tell me again, I am sorry that I'm asking the questions not at a stage and here and there. Those 3 books, are they like in any way connected to the other series, or it's like a total standalone series that has nothing to do with Percy Jackson as well as Heroes of the Olympus? Just tell me that if you can. Aaron Anthony is here. Are you dying for Chain of Thorns? Yeah, I'm totally dying. Okay, it's going to come out in November only, and the only good thing which I keep in my mind and how to say console myself is by saying that November is my birth month, and during my birth month I'm going to get a present that is a Cassandra Clare book. So yeah, I'm dying for Chain of Thorns, and by some chance, okay, by some chance, if something really out of the world happens and I get an arc, it'll be great. I don't know whether it'll ever happen or not, but I just hope. Okay, it's just to say I'm just putting it out in the universe. Thank you for asking that question, Anthony. I'm definitely dying for Chain of Thorns. Abhirami has asked, I recently finished Rock Paper Scissors by Alice Feeney. Did you hear about the book? No, I've not heard about the book. Actually, I saw the comment before, like actually reading the question. When I saw Alice, I thought Osman, but it's not Alice Osman. Divya Dedesh Venkatesh says about the King Chronicles. So if anyone else is there, except me, then just how to say, listen to the comment. Okay, I'll try to read it out loud, just like I always do. Heroes of Olympus series is in the same world as Percy Jackson. You can read it as a standalone, but it will be better after 5 books of world building in Percy Jackson series. No, I am not asking about Heroes of Olympus. I'm asking about Kane Chronicles. Just please try to tell about that. Arn Anthony asks, what is your intuition? About what, Anthony? Are you asking about Chain of Thorns or something like more specific than that? My intuition is that I want to get all the books that I want, and in some way I will get. I have that intuition always. But if you have something in specific, please do how to say, let it detailed. Yeah. Anthony is explaining the question now. What is your intuition saying? Will it be more brutal and heart-throbbing than Clockwork Princess? I don't think it'll be as heartbreaking as Clockwork Princess, because we all know what happens in the epilogue of Clockwork Princess. And after seeing that epilogue, I thought that that person will not be there in Chain of Thorns. The Last Stars. But I've seen that person more than like 10 or 15 times in both Chain of Iron as well as Chain of Gold. So that was a bit how to say, it was not well done in my opinion, because if that person comes that many times in the Last Stars, it just kills the effect of the epilogue in Clockwork Princess. So that is that. I don't think it can be as brutal as Clockwork Princess, but I think it can be like very eye-opening, because we know there's this certain family which is there in the Dark Artifices, and in one way or the other, the family is like completely over. There's no one else at all to take down the family from the Last Stars, but it does happen in the future. Cassie has said that the family tree that she has given in the Infernal Devices does not need to be followed in the later books in the series. So there's that. Vishwanathan asks, bought any new books recently? I bought a lot of new books recently, so there will be a book haul coming pretty soon. Just wait and see, okay? Abhirami asks, did you buy any books in Chennai Book Fair? I'm sorry, I did not even go to Chennai Book Fair because the past 2 to 3 months have been completely hectic in terms of work, in terms of everything. Okay, it's just been hectic mentally as well as physically, so I have not got the time to go anywhere. I think the only place where I went out this year has been to the beach one day alone, and that's all that I've gone out so far. So I did not go to the Chennai Book Fair, and I feel bad about it. So because of that, I did not buy any books as well. Divya Tejas Venkatesh. Okay, he's explaining the King Chronicles now. You can read King Chronicles as standalone. There's a short story book with two stories where there's a crossover between King Chronicles and Percy Jackson. So you can read it as a standalone. Okay, I think it can be read as a standalone there. Anisha Barik asks, have you read Crescent City by... Okay, I'm planning to read Crescent City this year. Okay, both the books, that is House of what's that? Earth and Blood or Blood and Earth. That one and the latest one which released last month. I think it's Sky and Breath. Both of those. They are huge chunkers. I know them, so they'll take quite a bit of time to read. And I know that Sarjima's books are like very romance heavy as well as they'll be very fast moving. They'll be very entertaining. So I trust her with those. I'm planning to read the books this year. Let's just wait and see. Ravi Priya is here. Hi Anna, can you give some thriller recommendations? I actually just finished reading a thriller this month after like many months, and it is what's it called? Cross Country by James Patterson. So that's a thriller which I've read very recently. So you should try that. And another thriller which I read last month for a sponsored video was The Illusionist by Ashish Gupta. So that's also that one. Try these two. I can see that both of these are like completely adult. So if you're an young adult or someone who's under 18, I'd not suggest it. But as thrillers, they are really good books. Off the top of my shelf, actually. Vishnavan asks, any news on chapter 1 bookstore order you've said in the last slide? No, I did not get any updates from them, and they are not even replying to DMs. I don't know what they are doing with their customer service and shit. So yeah, I'm so much disappointed in them. And as soon as I get the book, they are going to get a earful from me. That's definitely there. Someone's name in Hindi. I'm sorry, I'm not able to read it as quick, and I don't want to mispronounce the name also. So I'm just going to read out the question. Hey, what are your views on Truly Devious? I actually have a dedicated review talking about the Truly Devious series itself, all the 3 books in the trilogy, as well as the standalone, which is the Box in the Woods. It's definitely one of my favorite series from last year, and Truly Devious was like a great surprising read for me, and I enjoyed it completely. Please do check out that video. It is great. Okay, I think it's worth the hype completely. Richa Yadav asks, a book which according to you is overhyped. There are many books which I think are overhyped. The Night Circus is super overhyped, guys. Okay, I don't know why people love it so much. I can understand. Okay, the writing is beautiful, the setup is gorgeous, the way in which the author just puts you inside that vibe and mood, it is great. But other than that, it does not have a story. It does not have compelling characters. I just felt like a huge disappointment for me last year. So I'm saying Night Circus is definitely super overhyped in my opinion. And Anthony asks, how do you see Wicked Powers coming up as a wind up to the Chronicles? I'm like kind of disappointed. I just want this, how to say, I have this idea that Cassie is going to surprise us all by saying that just like Brandon Sanderson did last month, I want Cassie to do something like, I've written all the 3 Wicked Powers books now, so they'll be published all in 2022 and 2023. So you can just read the series as a whole. And there's more stuff coming in the Shadowhunter Chronicles, which will be published later on. Throw the ticket. I want something like that. Okay, I'm in like quite a denial if you ask me, because only in the past 2 years I've been like a huge chunk. How to say, a hardcore fan of the series, but it coming to end so soon in like 3 or 4 more years, it's kind of depressing for me, so I'm in denial. So that's my thought. Utkarsh Sharma asks, you still continuing with Spawn? I finished the Final Empire and I'm definitely going to continue with Spawn. I'm not reading it this month, but definitely this year I'll be finishing the first era, that is the next 2 books in the trilogy. So yeah, I'm definitely continuing with Spawn. Ravi Priya asks, Have you read a Lee Child book? I talked about it in the beginning of the video, Ravi Priya. It is Gone Tomorrow by Lee Child. I'm actually nearly 200 pages into the 500-page book, so I don't have any solid thoughts yet. But by the month end, I'm hoping to finish this. Let's just wait and see. I'm reading it very slowly also, so I'm not sure that I'll be finishing this month. I'm definitely going to try though. I'm sorry if I'm not that clear in my speech, guys, because I'm having a lot of cold and it's just tickling my throat completely. Divya Tejas Venkatesh says, have you read or heard about Arsene Lupin books by Maurice Leblanc? It's a century old now, released during the Sherlock Holmes period. There's also a crossover of Arsene Lupin and Sherlock Holmes. No, I've not heard about them. Okay, I've not heard about that author or as well as the books. So there's that. Your current read and last read. My current reads are these two. As I said before, Gone Tomorrow first, and I'm reading You Can Heal Your Life. And I'm also listening to the audiobook of Wicked, which is the book that I'm reading for a book club. And my last read was King of Scars, which I finished 2 days back, and today morning, okay, this morning. No, this evening I finished a webtoon, which is Melvina's Therapy. I don't remember the author's name properly. It will be there in my wrap up, so do check out. Look out for that. It was really good. It's adult psychological horror, and I loved it. Okay, I even had a nightmare and screamed last night because of that. So it was that good, according to me. Utkarsh Sharma asks, have you heard of Alistair MacLean? He writes thrillers. His famous one is Guns of Navarone. No, I have not heard about that author. Sorry, Utkarsh Sharma. Vishwanathan asks, whom do you think should write a book on Brooklyn Nine-Nine if it would happen? I want, if you are you asking us how to say? Are you like asking like an author who has to write a book on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, or are you asking for one of the characters from Brooklyn Nine-Nine itself to write a book about Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Just elaborate that for me so that the answer can be even more interesting. Or if you want both the answers also, I can how to say think about something and come up with it. So yeah, try to how to say elaborate that question if you can. I'll answer both. Okay, I'll just answer both in case. Yeah, exactly. Okay, I think he means the author. Okay, I think the author would be perfect for writing Brooklyn Nine-Nine as a book. I don't know. I clearly don't have any idea. I think John Green would be great because he knows how to say interview very serious issues in his books at the same time have like a really good humor and banter. So there's that. If one of the characters from the series should write the book, I think Amy Santiago will be the one who will write the book. But the person whom I want to write the book is Gina Linetti or Rosa Diaz, because both of them have like super contradicting styles. But I'll be more focused towards Gina's writing style because I'm sure it will be extravagant, it will be flamboyant, it'll be just great. Okay, it'll be sensational. So I want someone like Gina to write a book on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So there's that. Okay, Anthony asks, can you even comprehend how hard it must have been for the loyal readers of this Chronicles through years since City of Bones, waiting for a sequel or spin-off for books and series? Yeah, that's very, very horrible, you know. I'm just glad that I started reading the series later, and I'm also not glad that I've not been a part of the fandom for these many years. Um, I know it will be very hard. It's going to be hard for me also once she stops writing books inside the Shadowhunter Chronicles. I don't think it will happen though. Let's wait and see. Okay, nothing's written on stone. Nothing's written on stone. So we have to wait and see. Ravi Priya asks, "Who's your favorite author?" My favorite author is Lee Bardugo. Okay, she's my all-time favorite, and I've talked about her many times. So she's my most favorite. Abhirami S asks, your favorite booktuber. My most favorite booktuber is Sam from Thoughts on Tombs. Okay, I watch a lot of booktubers, and there are few booktubers whose videos I'll not skip no matter what. Okay, and there are some booktubers whose videos I'll watch until the end of the end card so that they get that extra 10 or 20 seconds of watch time because of the reason that I watched the video. So definitely I'll do it for Sam's videos always. I don't know, I just connect with the way she talks about the books very much. It's not dramatic, okay, it's like super how to say mellow in tone, and she's like very straightforward and honest without being rude or mean about the book that she has read. So yeah, Sam from Thoughts on Tombs is my most favorite booktuber. B Sangam Kumar asks, bro, is it a good Insta account for buy books? Are you asking if you can buy books from Instagram accounts? If that's what you're trying to ask, I'll say that just check out if they have stories for books that have been delivered and reviews from the customers. If it is available, it is available in such way like that, then try and place an order. And my most how to say useful advice, if you ask me, is that place an order only if you have cash on delivery as an option. Otherwise, don't, because you don't want to lose your money, right? So don't place an order if there's no cash on delivery. Don't go with the number of followers also. Okay, if an account has 40,000 followers and they are just selling books, just don't blindly go forward and buy them. Okay, just do some research, then go. Anandini asks, do you find any booktuber problematic or not PG friendly? Uh, I'd not like to comment on this, because I don't think anyone is problematic in their way, because everyone has our own thoughts, right? Some people uh, who watch my videos, even they say that even when I tell my negative opinions about books, I try to keep them as polished as I can. So even if there are people who like those books, I don't want them to feel bad for watching my video and thinking that I love this book, but this person is talking trash about it. I don't want anyone to think like that. For that reason, I've got some hate comments before. So I don't think anyone is problematic, because everyone has their own spin of talking about things, and it's not to us to judge. There are some things which are objectively wrong. So if someone does something wrong like that, it's definitely not acceptable. But problematic is subjective. Okay, I don't think this particular type of thing is problematic, and this is not. There's no like particular frame for doing anything, as far as I know, in booktube at least. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, do you wait for some series to end so that you can binge the books? What's your opinion on waiting for a series to end? That is one of the most torturous things that you can experience. Okay, I'm currently experiencing that with the Shadow Chronicles as a whole. So that is that, and there are many things like that which are going on. But I prefer to wait and wait till the end of a series and then read it, because it's far more comfortable. It's far more relieving to just binge read the books rather than wait for them at for long stretches of time. And there are also times during which we tend to forget, because we are readers, we read a lot of books, and it's not possible to read remember everything that we have in our mind, right? So that's that. Vishwanathan says, one non-fiction standalone recommendation which is out and out fun. Out and out fun non-fiction. I'm not able to put these things together, because I don't read my non-fiction books for fun at all. I'm just looking at my shelf if I can find anything. Just give me a moment. You can try this book, which is called Karma 101 by Joshua Mack. That is a book which talks about karma from various different points of view. From the Eastern point of view that we have, from the Western point of view that Westerners have, and many other things. It is funny and it talks about karma. It's just fun, okay? It's a very short book, and I'm not sure whether it will be available everywhere, because I bought it in a used book sale, and it was having this sticker that it is available only in Barnes and Noble. We don't have Barnes and Noble in India, right? So I don't know whether it will be available, but if it is available, try it, because it's super fun and it's also nice to read. Okay, so that's a fun non-fiction, out and out fun non-fiction. Bardharaj asks, "Are you read Swami and Friends?" No, I have not read Swami and Friends. I know that it is written by R.K. Narayan. I have actually watched like one or two episodes of Malgudi Days, but I have not read the books at all. So that's that. Ravipriya asks, what is your opinion about Dan Brown's books? Dan Brown's books are like storehouses of information, and the twists and turns that he gives, and the amount of brutality that he does to your brain while you're reading the books, it is like very horrible. At the same time, you cannot put the books down at all. I've read only two books by him, I think, so far. The first one which I read is Angels and Demons, and after that, I read The Lost Symbol. I have two more or three more on my shelf. Yeah, I have two more on my shelf. I have the Inferno as well as the Da Vinci Code. Both of these I have, and I have not read them yet. I think his books are really good. Okay, if you want like a lot of things to learn from while reading a book, at the same time have a lot of thrilling adventure also, his books are great. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, who have you read Birds, Bees and Bandits? It was written by those who were hostages of Veerappan. Have you read any other books about Veerappan? No, I have not read that book, as well as I have not heard about any other books about Veerappan also. So I don't have much to say about that. I'll just have a sip of water, guys. Okay, my throat is dry. Abhirami is asked, if you don't like a book, you buy a if you don't like a book, you buy a physical copy. Did you feel guilty of buying the book? Mostly I don't, because I'm very picky about buying the books that I have, and I also buy them only when I see the lowest price that I've seen yet while I'm buying the book. So most of the times I'm not guilty, but there are times during which I feel very guilty because those books are completely not worth it. So yeah, there are times like that, but mostly it's not. But I can say 95% of the time it's not like that at all, even if I don't end up liking the book. But there are times during which I do regret and feel guilty. Richa Yadav asks, have you read any book by Colin Hoover? And if yes, which one is your favorite? I've read only one book by Colin Hoover, and that also I read only in January. It's her most famous one, which is It Ends With Us. I loved that book completely. Okay, I did not expect the book to go in such a direction with the way the story started, and the afternote that is written by the author was also author's note that was given by the author also towards the end was amazing. Okay, I did not expect that this book that she has written could have been so personal to her. It was wonderful. Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to read some of her other books also. She has said that she usually writes her books only for the purpose of entertainment, and that was the one book that was not solely concentrated on that. I'm not that much gravitated towards romance as a genre, so I liked It Ends With Us also very much, and I'm waiting to read It Starts With Us, which is to release this year. So yeah, that's the only book by Colin Hoover that I've read so far, but I'm planning to read some of her books in the future. What's the one advice you'd say to book readers? One advice that I'd say to any reader out there is, don't compare yourself with others. It does not matter what format of books that you read. It can be a physical book, it can be an ebook, it can be an audio book, it can be a comic book, it can be any crap. Okay, if you're reading, you're a reader, and there's no shame in accepting to what you read and how you read it. So yeah, that's one thing which I'd say for any reader out there. Akansha Bamani asks, hey, which is your favorite YA book and your favorite character in it? My favorite YA book. I read a lot of YA, so it's difficult to say like one specific YA book that is my favorite. Okay, I can say I'll do one thing. I'll talk about one YA book which is my favorite instead of saying the one favorite YA book, because that's nothing like that for me, because I have a ton of books which I love totally. What can I say? I'm not able to think about it right there. So, okay, that's why I'm looking at my bookshelf again. Mm, I'd say Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, and the main character in that one, Audrey, is awesome. Okay, she is like extremely anxious, like most of us are here. So there's that. So yeah, I'll say Finding Audrey and Audrey. And Anthony asks, what do you do after completing a book, feeling overwhelmed? What do I do after finishing a book? The first thing that I do usually after I finish a book is don't go and not go and watch anything online or read anything online about that book for at least that particular day, because most of the times what happens is will be in that like high state after finishing the book, and in that jubilance that I've finished reading the book. So if something else comes in the same way and attacks my brain again, it'll just make me either, how to say, get irritated by it, even if the book is really good. Even with Cassandra Clare books, I don't watch any videos at all as soon as I finish reading the books, because it can be like super frustrating. I just leave the book to settle. At least I let it settle, at least how to say, I need to sleep the whole night and then wake up the next morning, and after that I'll think about it. Otherwise it just messes up the book in a bad way for me, so I don't do that. Nakshatra asks, hey, should I read even during my exams? It's totally up to you. Okay, it's definitely your thing. I don't have a say in that. Abhirami has asked, how did you pick next read? Okay, I think she's trying to ask how do I pick up my next read. I'll say how do I pick up my next read? I just go with my gut. Okay, I usually make a TBR on the beginning of the month, and there are books which I want to read during certain times, and I usually try to compensate one big book with one small book. So that's how I usually try to read, because if I keep on reading longer books, it'll put me in a slump sometimes, because the books will be huge and they'll take a lot of time to finish. Or if they are so small, I'll not be able to spend that much time with the book. So I just go with my feeling of what I want to read during the time, what I feel like reading. Bhadraj asks, what is your favorite character in Wonder Book? Okay, I'll say the main character, Augustus itself. Okay, that character has the innocence of the child that is required, and it is like great. Okay, so yeah, he's my favorite character in the book. Rebecca Reggie is here. Hey, I'm here after a long time. I was going through a slump for a long time, and everything and anything. Now I stopped everything for a while. Now I have to catch up with everything. It does not matter. Okay, no one's going to come and ask us whether you've read this much for this month or not. So don't worry about catching up because there's no such thing. Just do it in your own pace. I'm sure that you'll get in that flow again. It happens for everyone. I also faced the same thing last year in the middle and sometime in January also. So there are those things. Akansha Bamani asks, how do you arrange your bookshelf, genre, color coding, etc.? I don't go by genre as well as I used to, how to say, arrange them by color in rainbows. In the beginning, when I had like very few books, now I have around 300 or more books, so it's definitely not easy to arrange them by colors. At the same time, I have a lot of series also compared to standalones, so if I place them by color, it will be very difficult for me to pick out the books from the same series if I want to talk about them. As of now, they are arranged, how to say, as all the books are written by the author together or all the books in the series together. If they are like standalones, I just bunch them up together depending upon how I feel about the books. So that's my answer. Utkarsh Sharma asks, how high do you rate Miss Bond among other fantasies that you have read? In terms of fantasy, it was really good. Okay, the amount of work that Brandon Sanderson has put in that book, it is like extremely evident. Okay, he has thought out so much stuff, and the amount of information that he gives, it just makes me believe like there is this world that exists somewhere. Okay, it is definitely real and it's not fictional. He makes me believe to such a great level. So in that sense, I can say that Miss Bond is like super high of all the compared to many other fantasies that I've read so far. I don't think it has gone to that level of Game of Thrones yet, since I've read only the first book. I think if I keep on reading the books, I think it'll even exceed Game of Thrones. It can do it easily. So that's that. They are huge books, okay, so they'll take a lot of time, and there's a lot of time for the author also to tell us what he's trying to tell. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, do you like series with short books, 300 to 500 pages, or series with long books, large books, 800 to 1000 pages each? I like series with shorter books. That is, in your terms, you're thinking that 300 to 500 pages is short. For me, if it reaches 500 pages itself, it's long. So that's that. Okay, I usually like my sweet spot is between 400 and 600 pages. After that only it becomes like a chore for me. Not chore, it becomes how to say, a bit more time consuming for me. I like series with shorter books like 300 to 500 pages long more than I like series with longer books. But I know, okay, no matter what big series there is, the later books in the series only get bigger because I know the authors want to tell their stories in the most magnificent way possible, and if they are able to do it good, do it well, I'm just okay with reading big books also. And now telling us, do you feel that you need to channel your thoughts after completing a book to someone or something? Otherwise, it'll be a hard time for you to keep your boiling thoughts within. I don't think so because I am not that much of a talker with anyone. Even when I'm texting with people, I text with people also who are like super close to me, and even if I show my WhatsApp to you right now, there will not be that many messages since it's the weekend. If it's a work day, I'll be having multiple conversations going on with different people in order to talk about different stuff. But other than that, in terms of reading is a very solitary thing for me, and I'm very comfortable with it. And I don't feel that urge to just right away talk to a person or record it somehow so that the feelings settle down. I just let it go. Okay, I try and do something else which is just nothing to do with reading, so that helps me. I don't have that urge to like suddenly at the spot discuss the book after I finish reading it. So there's that. Okay, there aren't that many questions coming on. Let your questions down, guys, if you have any. Sharma asks, How do you know which book to pick next? Do you follow stuff like Goodreads or Lion? Do you follow a recommendation? I have my own list, guys. Just as I said before, whatever I feel like I want to read, I just go for it. I don't, how to say, take other people's words completely while I want to pick up a book. I go with my gut mostly, and that always helps. Akansha Bamani asks, if you do not feel engaged in a book, do you still continue reading it? Mostly I won't, okay? There are multiple books on my shelf which I've read like 200 pages or 100 pages, and then I place a bookmark and just keep it in my shelf because I don't feel like reading that book during that time. I know that I will get back to that sometime around in the future, so it's definitely not going to be waste. If I don't like or if I don't feel like I want to read that book right now, I try to keep it away because I know the book is not going to go anywhere. So yeah, I don't feel uncomfortable to just keep it aside. Anthony asks, is your reading for escapism or just mere entertainment? I can say it's for a lot of things. Okay, I like reading for many reasons. The first thing which I'll say is that I read for pleasure more than anything. How to say, when we are watching something, it's like we watch only the things that are put in front of our eyes by some other people. But when you're imagining a story all by yourself while you're reading it, you have different versions of the same thing in different people's minds, and that's one of the best things which I like. So I cannot say that it's for mere entertainment, and it's not for escapism also, because I don't believe in escapism and stuff like that. But I can say that it's like a safe space where you can just get in and feel comfortable enough. So reading is something like that for me. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, bro, after reading some books or series, I feel like crying as the time you spent in the world is over. Have you felt like that after reading any series? After reading the Shadowhunter Chronicles, I remember clearly after finishing Queen of Air and Darkness, I was like super sad and depressed for at least like 1 or 2 days. And when Game of Thrones ended, okay, after watching the final horrible episode, I was not able to read for 2 days. Okay, I was like super down. I was very sad. So all these things happen. It always does happen, and I have read many series like that. Okay, even after reading Shadow and Bone trilogy last year, I felt so sad because I know I'm not going to be able to read that series for the first time ever again in my life. So yeah, those feelings always come, and it's just part of being a reader, I think. Vishwanath asks, seems you're experiencing difficulty to speak as well. Yeah, kind of, because I'm coughing up a lot, and I'm having cold also. Because of that, my throat is just becoming dry again and again. So sorry for that. Sorry, guys. Rebecca G asks, do you keep author and your work separate? Yeah, I definitely do, because if you don't, how to say, if you don't read something or watch something which is like wonderful, just because of the mere fact that you don't like the person, I think that's a stupid thing that you're doing for yourself. If it is like some person who's very horrible, then it's okay. I'll not say it's okay, it's dependent on you. But I think the work that is done by a person and the type of the type of being a person is must be kept separate, and they must not be, how to say, they must not interfere in any point. I like to keep them separate always. That's why I still like the Harry Potter books. I will watch the Beast movies. I will buy Harry Potter books. But will I support Rowling in any other way? I don't think I will. But yeah, her art I respect, I adore, I love. At the same time, it's not necessary for me to like the person at the same person because of the art. Utkarsh Sharma asks, some fantasy series become extremely slow at some points, and it becomes hard to continue. Yeah, I agree with that, and I think that is necessary in order to how to say, slow down series in between, because only when things slow down you'll start to like experience that world, okay, and the kind of life that these characters are living, instead of just reading it as a story and tossing it away next. So I think slowing down in between and showing us the things that are happening and making us experience those things are necessary, especially in fantasy, because it's definitely a new world and everything like that. So yeah, I'm okay with it, and I do agree that it happens always in most series. Again, books asks, how do you manage your work and YouTube? It is very difficult. Okay, it is like very energy consuming and time consuming, and it can be super stressful also. I remember really clearly in 2020 I was publishing so many videos, and you can go back and watch those videos also. They are not that great in quality, but I kept on pumping out videos like how to say, a machine. But my health wise I was not good at all. I did not even have a healthy weight, I think. And you can see my skin there, it will be kind of dull. I'll have a lot of acne and stuff. But from last year I started working things on myself, and you can see now itself my face is far better than it was back then. Even from my first live to right now, I can say that I feel a lot more comfortable because yeah, it is difficult, but you can do it if you plan it out, and if you're ready to, how to say, do it again and again and again, and learn from the trial and error. I'm sure this is a really nice place to be, to meet many people. You can see, right, there are many people who are interested in talking with me because they like the same stuff that I like. So I think that effort and all that work is completely worth it. It is difficult, but it is doable. Okay, it's very easily doable. Aaron Anthony asks, do you find it difficult to start another new series after finishing a series that has stolen a place in your heart, and sometimes find it annoying that it's not giving the story like the last one? I don't feel that, because I know every author and every book has its own unique story to tell. Sometimes it can be the exact same trope that is being repeated on by another author in another different book, but the people whom we see there in those tropes are different. And I'm a heavily character driven reader, and there are some traits of characters which I look forward to always, and if they are present in some way or the other, I don't care which series it is, I don't care which genre it is, I don't care who has written it. If I like it, I like it. That's it for me, and I don't feel it difficult to move on from series, because I know there are like hundreds and hundreds of series out there, and I'm sure that I'll not be able to finish all of them by the time I die. So just make the most out of the time that I have. That's my thing. Rebecca G asks, are you into K-pop or BTS? No, I'm not into K stuff at all. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, can you recommend in historical fiction? A historical fiction that I'll recommend is The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock by Imogen Holmes Gower. It is excellent. Okay, it happens in the last 5 to 6 years of the 1700s and the first decade or so of the 1800s. It is great. Okay, it's super descriptive. The writing is gorgeous, and it's really great. Okay, just try reading it. It's one of my favorite books from 2020, I think, that I read in 2020. Utkarsh Sharma asks, are you thinking of exploring a new genre like spy fiction or something like that? I've actually started reading Sherlock Holmes last year, and I read the first two novels and the first what's that? First short story collection, and after that I started reading the next set of short stories last month, but because of some reasons I was not able to continue. So as of now, it is good. I am interested, and I'm going to start with that genre, that is spy stories with Sherlock Holmes. And if I like fall in love with the genre, then I might try Agatha Christie also. I'm not sure. Let's wait and see. Anthony asks, have you? What have I? Can you elaborate? Rebecca G asks, a trope that you hate. Okay, a trope that I hate is resurrection. Okay, I think resurrecting a character just how to say, it diminishes the power of death and the hard truth of death. Okay, I'm definitely sure everyone who's watching this video, as well as myself who's here talking, are going to die someday or the other. And when an author just comes up and says that there's a small thing in this world which just happens, this dead person come back to life, it just negates the, how to say, vitality of living itself. And that's definitely a trope which I hate. No matter how good an author does it, I'll definitely not be always completely on board with it. If it works with the story, I'll enjoy the story and I'll toss it aside, but as a thing, it's definitely my least favorite trope. Varadaraj asks, are you like Kurt Vonnegut books? I've not heard about that author, sorry. Arun Anthony asks, sorry, it was a typo. Have you read The Book Thief? Yeah, I have read The Book Thief. I read it 3 years back. Yeah, I read it 3 years back now, I think, and it was good. I don't remember everything from it completely, but the point of view from which the book is written, that is from the point of view of death, was like an very how to say, it was super interesting to read from, because I have not read anything from such a morbid as well as funny light point of view. The things that happen in that story are like so far away from light. They are like extremely harsh shit happening in Nazi Germany, but the way in which it is narrated by the author, the point of view that he chooses not to narrate that story is great, because death is like an omnipresence for that story, and the choice that he took in order to use that as a narrator was like great. Ravi Priya asks, have you finished reading the Sherlock Holmes series? No, I'm not. I've just read the first two novels and the first short story collection alone. After that, I'm not. I have the rest of them with me, but I have not finished them yet. This year, I'm going to try and finish them. I will finish them. Okay, let's not hurry up things. Let's wait and see. It's definitely going to happen. Okay. Gupta Sharma asks, is it just me who feels majority of fantasy novels draw a lot from a lot of the two series? It it is like one of the epitomes of the genre. So it's not just fantasy. Okay, you can go forward and see any other book in any other genre. There will be some book like this which stood out in the past, and anything that people think of and write right now, even if they have not even read that series, it might feel like they are inspired from it. And I don't think it is bad at all, because I think we all think everything is inspired from the Lord of the Rings, because we have not read most of the works that were published before that, and there were not even that many books that were published before that in that genre, that is fantasy especially. So yeah, it is that, but I don't think it's a legit thing to think of always. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, bro, whether can you start reading Jack Reacher books in any order? Better to start with the first book. I don't know who Jack Reacher is, so I don't have any idea about this. Yeah, I think Jack Reacher is the person who is here in this one. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, I'm reading this book only first, so I don't think there is any chronology for that. Akhilesh Patil asks, which Shadowhunter book series can a 13-year-old read? I'd not say any of the series, because they are for people who are 14 and above. I'd not suggest it for a 13-year-old, so sorry. Anantri asks, do you scream or make any loud noise while reading interesting spins? I do. Okay, there are times during which I have gasped so loud, and while I was reading the last hours, there is this particular scene during which Magnus Bane just walks into a scene. Okay, that's his intro inside the last hours, and when he came to the scene, I was like lying on the same bed, exact same bed, and I was reading it. And when Magnus Bane entered the scene, I like stumped my legs so hard, it made such a noise in the cot, and my brother came running from the next room. So yeah, I do react. I know everyone does. It is a very normal thing, and it's nice. Next, Abhirami has asked, can you recommend fantasy books for beginners other than Harry Potter? You can try the Shadowbone trilogy. You can try the Shadowhunter Chronicles, and the Ember Quartet is great because it moves so fast, so it will be easier for you to read as a beginner. Snippet in the book. Yeah, Arnatri, I got your question. I hope my answer was satisfactory. Rebecca Reggie asks, a character you have taught you something really important in your life, that you're glad that you came across the character. There are many characters like that. Okay. Okay, I'll go with the Shadowhunter Chronicles itself. I'll say Isabel Lightfoot is one of my most favorite characters. Okay, I've always talked about Magnus and Simon many times in the channel, but I've not talked that much about Izzy. Okay, the reason why I like Isabel Lightfoot that much is because she does all the things that all the other characters do. At the same time, she knows perfectly how to take care of herself. Okay, just when we realize that we deserve all the things that we want to do for other people, that's when all those things become far easier for us, and we become even more capable to do that. And that's one character who taught me that very easily. Okay, there's not one scene during which you can see Isabel Lightfoot astray at all. She'll always be perfect, and she's a warrior who is perfect and fights in the 5-inch heels that she has. I think that's one of the best characters that I've read so far. You can take care of others, and you can be super strong, and at the same time you can just take care of yourself also at the same time, and there's nothing weak or selfish or self-centered about it, and it's completely okay. I think that's a character which has how to say that impact on me like that. So this is one of many characters. Okay, this is one of many characters whom I'm talking about. While you ask, she was the one character who walked into my head suddenly, so I'm talking about her. Which book do you recommend to teenagers? I actually have a very recent video that I made on books for teens, so please do check out that video. I'm not going to talk about any books right now. Please do check out that video, okay? Akhilesh Patil asks, okay, I was asking because if it contains some inappropriate content for 13-year-olds, I'll not say it's inappropriate. There are times during which the Shadowhunter Chronicles gets a bit, how to say, dark, like there can be a lot of violence and that can be death. Okay, that's that kind of triggering content. It's not explicit in any way at all. I don't think there is anything sexy also that is going on in the Shadowhunter Chronicles at any time. In the TV show, there are scenes like that, a little bit here and there. That too, not an that like great phase or anything. For 14 and more, you can reach Shadowhunter Chronicles, but for 13, I'll not recommend definitely. The bookish people says hi. Mahi Patel asks, how do you feel about the book Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe? I've talked about this multiple times already. Okay, I love the book. It is great. I want to read the sequel. I've not read it yet. I definitely will. Just a minute, guys. Okay, next one. The bookish people ask, why not make a video about book recs of books about books? I have not read that many books about books, so when I read it, I'll definitely try into it. Okay. The bookish people ask, and please make a video about booktube tips strategies. Okay, I don't know any strategies, and the only tip that I'll give you guys if you're like starting out on booktube is that don't compare yourself with others. That's like point 101. And another thing which I'll say is that how to say, don't be afraid to make horrible videos, because everyone who's out there has made like very cringeworthy videos in their past, and only those videos made them learn the things that they are doing right now. Even my videos, I think that my videos are decent and presentable right now, but like 1 or 2 years back, they are like horrible. I don't even want to watch those videos anymore. There are many people who do watch those videos even now, and I know, okay, for my mind right now, those videos are like crap, but many people do find them useful. I'm not saying that the content in that is not good, but the way in which I do stuff right now just makes me feel very cringy about that. And if I had how to say, been afraid to do that back then, I don't think I would have improved at all. So don't feel bad. Aman says hi, bro. Hi, Aman. Okay, guys, I'll be shutting out the live in 4 to 5 minutes. So if you have any final questions, just type them in. Abhirami S asked, can you make a video of monthly favorites like series, movies, podcasts? I don't know whether I'll be able to do all those things, because I have a ton of work. I have a ton of reading to do, and there are 2 videos also. And the type of videos that you ask, many people are not interested in it, and I'm also not that greatly interested in making like monthly favorites like this, because it's not my kind of thing. I don't think I'll be doing it right now. Sometime in the future, let's see if I have even more time, and if I have the mind to do that, it might happen. Hmm. Arman asks, bro, what's your longest reading slump period ever? I had this reading slump in 2020, because I was reading so much, and then I was not able to read anything very easily at all. And it was for like more than 1 month. It was horrible. I did not like it. So yeah, by far, I think that's my longest reading slump. Divya Tejas Venkatesh asks, have you seen Jack Reacher movie? If so, the book. I don't know. I don't even know that this series is called the Jack Reacher series. So I've not definitely watched the movies. I don't even know that there are movies for these books. Okay, guys, any final questions to finish the live, because it'll be 2 more minutes, and then I'll have to sign off because I got some work to do. And one more thing which I wanted to tell you guys, very soon it will be probable that I'll be publishing just one video per week instead of two, because I might be getting back to office. I'm not sure about that. Once I get there, I'll have to plan these things accordingly, because I'll not get as much time as I do right now, as I'm working from home. So that is that. Let's wait and see. Okay, it's not anything solid as a conclusion right now, but it might happen, it might not happen. If it doesn't, it'll be great. If it does, I'll have to make with it. Okay, the there is a movie and series from the series. Okay, I've not heard about it. I'll try to look it up. Abhirami S asks, did you read A Little Life? I want to read A Little Life. I've heard many people rave about that book and cry reading that. I want to feel all those things, but I've not read it so far. Let's say I'll definitely read it sometime in the future. I'm not sure when, but I want to. Okay, after seeing that much of emotion from other people, I definitely want to read it. Okay, yes, guys. We'll just shut out the live. So if you have any other final questions, you can ask them to me, or I'll just be signing off until my next live next month. Until then, you can just watch my regular videos in between. If you have any questions, this will be a great time to send them in the comments so that we can have a chat. Okay. Okay, I think there are not going to be any more questions further on. Okay, have you read Wimpy Kid? No, I have not read any of the Wimpy Kids. I have not read any of the Wimpy Kid books. Armanas, a book you were stoked to read but were disappointed. The Night Circus, it was horrible. Okay, I was super excited for that book, but it disappointed me so greatly. Any Indian book selling site with good collection of books? No, I'm not sure about Indian book selling sites except Amazon. So that's that. Okay, yes, guys, I'm going to cut off the live. So that's it for today. And Anthony, no, I don't know about Twilight. Okay, I've not read the books, I have not watched the movies, and I don't think problematic has a definition. So it means different things for different people. So I don't like to comment on that because some things which I feel problematic can be very normal to other people, and what other people feel normal can be very problematic for me. So that's that. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you so much for joining the live, guys. I'll see you all next month. And until then, just keep reading and enjoy what you're reading. Don't compare yourself with others. And yeah, just enjoy reading. That's all I have to say. Bye bye.